Hey, what's going on guys? Today I'm going to show you how to optimize boxing up in a scrim or even a public match to avoid getting sniped, pushed, and how to pad away and get better angles on opponents. So first thing you're going to want to do is I still see a lot of people getting inside of their cone. So let's just say you're in a box, right? And you jump inside of your cone. Now the problem with this is if someone tries to spray your cone, you have to edit down, and it's pretty difficult when you're in here. Because if you just edit one tile, sometimes you won't go down. So you have to edit 2 tiles, and sometimes you won't go down. So it's better just edit 3 tiles. But you would take a good amount of damage probably. So the counter to that is you can decide not to place a floor, or you can still place a floor in it like this, but use a cone in your box. And edit 1 tile like this. So it's like this, edit 1 tile, then go back and edit another tile and jump. Cause then you can go down and up, so you can be inside your cone and it's the same exact thing. So we have the same, this is me unlike, this is me like that, and then if I go like that, it's the same exact thing. At the same level. So it's very easy to see, and if someone tries to shoot your cone out, then you can drop down here and get down. So another thing is, now this is a short pad technique a lot of the pros have been using, and that is to, instead of going out of your box and using a pad and placing a staircase under it, is to, now this is mostly viable in late games, is to edit these 2 tiles, get at the very corner of it, and use the launch pad. Because that's going to give you a good short pad so you won't get shot out of the air, and you're going to be completely boxed in the entire time. So you're going to be in your box, just edit 2 tiles, and go straight forward. So, next thing you're going to want to do when you're boxed up is box out of hard materials. I know it makes sense, but I still see a lot of players in scrims in arena mode that are boxed out of wood, and they are very easy to shoot through the builds. Just you have to break it with like 5 AR shots. So when you're boxed up, I always recommend using a cone in your box because you can use angles on players. So a lot of people will come up like this and then like this. But the problem with this is you have a very high likelihood of getting sniped. Unless you're on high ground, very high, unless you're on like a really big hill, I do not recommend editing out like this and trying to shoot at people. I recommend having your ramp before reset, and you can edit like this, edit like this, and then you can edit like a window. Just do whatever works for you. You can even edit like this and it's safe for, but I don't recommend that. But you just use your cone for cover, and you can kind of use the cone. So this is good for bloom fighting people and focusing people without getting sniped. So the last thing I wanted to touch upon is try to base up on a high ground point. Because the advantage thing on a high ground point is that you're harder to be pushed. So a lot of people trying to get high kill games will not be able to push you as easily. Another thing is you have a higher ground on people, so you're harder to be shot. You have a lot better angle on people, and they can hardly shoot you. And another thing is that you are genuinely like genuinely look what you're doing more, look like you know what you're doing, meaning that you have a lot less chance of being pushed. And if you keep getting zoned, you can have high ground for absolutely free. So yeah, that's been a few tips on how to box up and where to box up. So yeah guys, I hope you did enjoy, and that's gonna be it.